guys, this is Christine coming to you from Clover Tarot to do the reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of December 2020. Yeah, so I'm excited to be here. I've been trying to get these YouTube videos banged out and posted, but life gets in the way, and isn't that just how life is a lot of times? So we're just going to jump right into it. I am going to say that you guys can find me on Facebook at Clover Tarot. I will post the link below in the description. And yeah, let's do this. So for the runes that I've got for Leo for December 2020 is I have the rune of growth in reverse, and almost picked up the wrong one there. I did pick up the wrong one, but I've got it now. Growth in reverse. So this is telling me that this month you guys might be experiencing some feelings of interference. Things may be blocking your growth, blocking from where you want to be. My cat's playing in a box right now, so that was what that bang was. And what I'm really hearing is that an old way of life is coming to an end, and that interference that you're feeling or that you might be feeling is kind of your own making. That you kind of are your own interference. And what I'm really feeling is like you can't let that get you down, right? What you need to do is be diligent. You need to look at what has occurred, your role in it, your needs, the needs of others, and strip away until you can identify those obstacles, and so that you can cultivate the soil for your own growth. The next rune that I have is the challenge, and this is the rune of initiation. And this is saying that something could be hidden. And what the challenge here is keeping your expectations in check. You can't repeat the old way and not suffer. So you guys need to remember that. Keep your expectations low and you won't be disappointed. It's not the time to focus on outcomes or where you think that you want to be or where you feel that you should be, but rather a time of going within. And it just works so well with that first rune, right? And doing the work that needs to be done within. You might feel overwhelmed and exhausted, meeting these barriers, but you always have a choice, you know? You can see the negativity, you can see the obstacles as bad luck or as an obstacle to be overcome. And what I heard with this rune was rise to the challenge. It's through these challenges that you're going to find your growth, you're going to find what needs to be done. And I think like one of the hardest things about growth is the shadow work that needs to be done, and that introspection, and really looking within to see what needs to be fixed in us. I'm a very firm believer that our realities are nothing but a mirror of what's going on within us. So when I'm feeling like ungrateful and sick and sad and angry, then it really affects how I see the world around me. I see all of that around me. But when I'm inside and I'm doing that work and I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm cultivating gratitude, I see that in my life as well. What you look for is what you're going to find. The action rune. You guys have the rune of journey in reverse. This is saying that the action that you need to take is to be attentive to personal relationships. Now, how you respond is up to you. This is what you need to remember here. It's a time to really work on reconciliations, at least forgiveness. Forgive is what popped into my head when I was pulling this rune. Conflicts are going to be really likely right now during this time. So, again, with the introspection and like letting go of the anger, letting go of resentment, and bringing about forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't just about the other person, it's about us, and about not carrying that weight of that bullshit anymore so that we can move forward, right? Because when we're weighed down, it just makes it so hard to take those steps forward, and it just feels like it's just a lot of work. But when we're able to let go of some of that weight that we're carrying, we're going to find that we move a lot faster and a lot more gracefully. Now, for your oracle cards, I chose to use my Star Seeds deck. I just got this deck and I'm absolutely in love with it. The overall energy for your oracle cards is the card of being cracked open. This is saying like there's going to be some heavy energy, and the runes agreed that you can't let it crush you. You know, instead we're supposed to like call on it. Let it bring us to that rock bottom so that we can build a foundation. This is about surrender, you know, giving up those things inside of us, giving up that weight, allowing ourselves to be opened up so the light can come in instead of trying to repel or fight against that heavy energy. The message of this card is to call on it. Use it to cultivate your growth. Remember that diamonds are made under pressure. The next rune that you have is, or the next card that you have is the card of Starkeeper. It says that the more grounded you remain through this transition period, the more helpful you're going to be. I kept picking up on old souls, and the message of this card is double mission. You're meant to grow individually and as a part of raising and shifting the collective energy. So here comes my cat. Hi, Stuart. So this is about being in touch with the earth, with being in touch with the earth's energy, with not allowing ourselves to live so much in the mind, but to become more present in the moment of the here and now. The next card that you have is We the Hathors. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hathors. This is deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. And what this is talking about is like new beginnings, right? Because that's what birth is. It's nothing but a new beginning. And this is talking again about more transition. This is letting you know that you're a child of God and that it's a time to nurture yourself and nurture others. You know, remember, you're going to be a lot more helpful to others the more grounded that you are. So, you know, we want to nurture ourselves, cultivate our own healing. We are responsible for our own healing. That's what just came up. We are responsible for our own healing. And when we need to heal something, it isn't always the right action to cover it up and bandage it, right? Sometimes wounds need air and light to breathe, to dry up, to heal. And the same thing, I think, goes for those internal things that we carry, those old hurts. To remember your place, that you're a child of God. You know, you are protected and safe in the arms of the Divine Mother. You know, mothers are all about that healing and that nurturing. So remembering that, I think, is really going to be key. And then you have the card Star Bathing. This is light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. This is about that end result, right? This is where we're getting to, is this place where we're going to feel a lot lighter, like I already said. The crystal grid, I'm part of a crystal grid group. I know that it's working because I can feel the shifts and feel the connection. And this is about that connection being more strong, more fluid. So, you know, this is a transition period, and I've seen that in the entire collective. All the zodiac readings that I've done thus far has been just growth. We're going through some sort of major transition. I really feel as though the vibration of the earth is rising. So many more people are awakening to their purpose, to their goals, to the feeling that we are all connected and one. Yes, sweetheart. You need to give me a minute. What do you need? All right, give me a minute. Go on.
I steals.
All right, steal the cat. Love you, bye. It's my daughter Ariana making an appearance and hissing at you all. You're welcome. I love you. Go on. All right, let's get into the tarot. Divine, please use me as a conduit for love, light, and wisdom to provide messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of December 2020. Please let me interpret these messages accurately so that I can give them the guidance that they are seeking. What do we have coming up for Leo for the month of December? Oh, those are just popping right out. Oh boy. Yeah, we got a lot coming out for you guys right now. Stuart's watching. He's like, what are we doing, Mom?
Ow! Gibbs, no biting.
Don't mind the background noise. Mom life means it never, ever ends. Oh my goodness. Ariana, please quiet down. Put Gibbs down if he's biting.
Okay, I took my headphones.
I gotta make some more room for you guys.
Adios, amigo.
All right.
What were you doing?
Where is Miss Scarlet? There she is. Let's just check on these cards. Are these all correct for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, month of December 2020? Correct positions. 10 of Discs, upright or reversed. The 9, Prince of Cups. 2 of Swords. The Priestess. The 3 of Cups. 6 of Discs. Ace of Cups. The 5 of Cups. 4 of Discs. The 8 of Swords. There's that interference, that blockage. The 7 of Wands. Oh my, these cards are just going to keep sliding, so we're just going to do our best here. 7 of Wands. The 7 of Swords. The Princess of Swords. The 5 of Wands. The Prince of Discs, the 8 of Discs, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, all of those, 3 in a row, 8, 8, 8. The Magus, Art, Queen of Discs, and the 10 of Swords. 2 of Wands, the Emperor, the 7 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the 6 of Swords, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. All right. Yeah, I got to do this on my bed, which makes it a little harder. I prefer being at my table when I do this, but the kids need it during the day, so this is just where we're at. The overall energy of your reading is the 10 of Discs in reverse. This is really speaking of some kind of loss. And what just came out for me is loss of self, loss of self. So I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad type of loss, although it might not feel the best. We're working on losing the ego, losing the ego. That's what I'm really feeling there with that 10 of discs. Sometimes I read this like a big, like a loss of money, like something big needed to be fixed, or, you know, whatever. But for this, it's loss of self for you guys. Loss of self. Not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Although it may bring up feelings of kind of feeling a little lost. Just remember that you're being guided always. Being guided always. Now you have these 3 eights, 8 of discs, 8 of wands, and 8 of cups. Eights are all about abundance. So we have the 8 of discs here, and this is talking about that inner growth that needs to take place so that the outer growth can happen as well. Remember earlier how I talked about our realities just being a mirror of what's going on inside us. The 8 of wands is telling me that like your energy might feel a little bit scattered right now, and it's time to call that home and again work on that inside stuff. And the 8 of cups is all about healing. So this is where the energy needs to be directed towards, through to the growth process and to the healing process. Some of you may be having a difficult time setting boundaries and asking for help. Okay, so these are those internal things that we have to deal with, figure out why we have a hard time with this. You have the Princess of Swords, which is all about boundaries, standing up for yourself, speaking your truth. She's positioned between the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. And this is talking about there needing that effort needing to be stabilized in those things, in the setting boundaries and speaking your truth. That where it stands right now, it might feel like a lot of work for a not so great reward, but I'm promising you that this reward is going to be better than you could ever imagine. It's just slow going with this Prince of Discs. It's just kind of like one thing after another, and it might feel like you're a little bit bombarded with things. You just kind of need to bowl your way through here. If you look at the bowl here, just kind of push through, push on through. Where you get the so here we have the 7 of Swords again. We're going to look at this next to the 7 of Wands in reverse. You also have the 8 of Swords here, so you have lots of 8s. You have all the 8s, and this is that block that we're talking about, that feeling of insecurity, like things are all over the place, that you're powerless over the events that are taking place in your life, right? This is where that block is. It's through not asking for help, right? Like not relying on others, not allowing others to hold you up. For some reason, some of you might be feeling like it's all your responsibility, like you have to carry it all, like you have to be strong for everybody, and like there's no room for you to be powerless, right? Or to be perceived as weak. And this is telling me that like we're not meant to do this alone. Remember that divine mother. Remember that you're not alone even though you feel alone. And don't forget that the divine lives within us all of us. And it's not just about like the independence. You're going to find true dependence on God. All right, that's my experience, and it has never, ever failed me. You want to be practicing that gratitude. You have that 3 of Cups. Pay attention to things that you need to be grateful for. Pay attention to things that need healing, to things that need to grow. You need this in order for this abundance to come into your life. You have this right next to the Priestess, which is about being ready to receive. This is also about trusting your intuition, trusting the path. When I look at it with the 6 of Swords here, like have faith that like it's all going to be okay, that you're okay no matter how you feel, no matter where you're at. This is not going to be the easiest month for you guys. It's just really not. You have this 10 of Swords energy, which is heartbreak and pain. This could be physical pain as well, as I feel like some sort of pain in my hip. Some of you might be going through some hip pain, and I feel like that whole thing with the Oracle cards, where I'm not even sure if I spoke on that part about tragedies, hurt, losses, I took a note on it, didn't happen to you, but for you. And I'm sorry I didn't read that before, but I take notes for the Oracle cards and runes before I get started here. And this is that card representing that. Remember, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you, even if you don't see the reason. It is going to be key for you guys this month to keep that emotional stability, to keep things on an even keel. You do have the Ace of Cups here as well. So keep your head about you in regards to personal relationships and emotions. Keep your head about you. Try to remember to use that wise mind, that place in between the heart and the brain, and to utilize them both in balance. That's where you're going to find the most success. That's where you're going to find the most success. Like at the end of this month, I do see like a great amount of peace being restored to you. Like you're finding your way home. You're going from this place of loss of self to this place of true self, represented by the Priestess. The last bit of tarot cards that I've got down here at the bottom, a couple of them I might have read already. I know I read that Six of Swords. Okay, you're gonna have a lot going on in your head. So much that's going to be wearing you out, okay? Again, get back into that wise mind. Stay grounded in the present moment. Don't worry about anything but the here and now. Take a breath. Remember that there is no suffering in this moment. There's no suffering in this moment. Like, we are all perfect, whole, and complete just the way that we are, no matter what our outside circumstances may be. Again, happening for you, not to you. You know, this is meant to strengthen you. All of this is meant to strengthen you. It's happening from a place of a more divine order, divine law and order, represented by the Emperor. You're not to fight it with this Two of Wands. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Trudge through this swamp. Trudge through this swamp, and you're going to find you're a lot lighter with this Knight of Swords than you were at the beginning of the month. So, or throughout December, you're going to find towards the end, you're going to be a lot lighter. Let go of those resentments. Let go of all of that bullshit that you might be carrying in your heart, and know that you're going to rise above it. You're going to rise above it. So Leos, that's what I've got for you. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting this on Clover Tarot. The link to Clover Tarot will be in the description box. Come give me a like and a follow over on Facebook as well. Leave me feedback. Tell me what you liked about this reading, what you didn't like about this reading, what resonated with you. And yeah, just know that I'm always here. You can reach out anytime through Facebook. I'm here, ready and available, and I love you all. So thank you so much.